ABC, Jack here. Welcome to Vinyl Martini. Today I'm going to do Vinyl Tag 2022. Questions by Rob Walker. You know the deal, 22 questions, 22 albums. So let's get started. Favorite album of 2021. Drive-By Truckers, The New OK. Technically, this is a 2020 release. It was released in the middle of December, but I didn't pick it up until January 2021. So to me, it's a 2021 release. Anyways, one of my favorite bands. I had tickets to see them on February 22nd because of COVID. The show was canceled, so very, very disappointing. Oh well, what can you do? Next up, first live act. Well, one of the first live shows that I remember buying a ticket for, it was a triple bill. So first up, and it was in 1971. First up, Aerosmith, first record just released. Second up was Blue Oyster Cult, right after this album was released. This is Tyranny and Mutation. Very loud band, very good. And the headline was Mott the Hoople, All the Young Dudes, was just released the year before that. One of my favorite bands, and I'm still an Ian Hunter fan as well. Great show. Next, duo album. I picked Kate and Anna McGarrigle. This is their first record, obviously folkies, but they do a lot of traditional French-Canadian music. For some reason, this record went to #1 in Great Britain. Kind of a cult favorite, I guess, but great act. Great singers, very quirky, nice record. Record still in the shrink. This is an album by a guy called Vernon Birch. The album's called I'll Be Your Sunshine. Soul R&B record produced by Tom Wilson of Bob Dylan fame. Nice, like a Stevie Wonder record maybe. Great vocalist, great songs. The sticker on here says, records make the perfect gift. I bought this for $1. I remember I also, at the same time, this is when London Calling was released, and I bought it at the same time. Great find for $1. Next, concept album. I chose Nectar, Journey to the Center of the Eye. This is their first record. These guys were Brits who based themselves in Hamburg, Germany, and got sort of tied into the whole krautrock thing. Great record. Apocalyptic, I can't even say that. The apocalypse is coming and somebody gets blasted off into space. Cool record. Record I haven't gotten around to listening to. It's a Nick Cave record, No More Shall We Part. I've just started to get into Nick Cave in the last couple of years. I pulled this off the shelves when I was looking for records, and I just realized that it's still in shrink. I haven't listened to it. I'm going to keep it out, and I'm going to listen to it in the next couple of days. Really looking forward to that. Album you've been introduced to in 2021. I'm going to show Porcupine Tree. I learned about this band. They've been around since 1992, so this is nothing new. I learned about them through Neve the Prog Nerds broadcast. She does, sometimes she does a show with her dad, and he was kind of raving about this band, and he and I have similar tastes, so I picked it up, and he's right. It's a really great album, really good band. A live album. I chose John Mayall and the Bluesbreakers. It's not John Mayall and the Bluesmakers. This is Bluesbreakers are way in the past, but this is John Mayall Jazz Blues Fusion. All new material, interesting sound, great album. You can find these all over the place, and well worth picking up. Cheap. Next. Record with the price still on it. Oh gosh, this is a Graham Parker record, Struck by Lightning. And as you can see, it's got the little yellow sticky thing on that you try to peel off. You rip the cover, horrible. I don't know why record stores do that, but they do. Record from a different continent. This is King Sunny a Day. Record is from no, it doesn't have it. It's not 1982. He's a Nigerian artist. Very good. I think it cost me $2.64. Well worth a listen. A punk record. Well, I don't really have that many punk albums, but show something a little bit different. I don't know. These guys are shown on the VC very often, but this is an Australian band. The Saints on Stranded. They do about 3 songs that are not punk songs. They're more like grungy rock songs, and to tell you the truth, they're better songs than the punk songs on here. Great record. I've had that for a long time. Next, album with a sporting theme on the cover. So I'm going to show a couple of records because I had to think about this one. But the first one I'm going to show is Babe Ruth's first album, First Base. Great Roger Dean cover. Space Baseball. And the next is a Roy Harper album called When an Old Cricketer Leaves the Crease. Roy's a folky kind of rock guy, really interesting guy. This was released in '75, I think, and just around the time of Wish You Were Here was released by Pink Floyd, and Roy actually does the vocals on Have a Cigar. I'm going to try and, it's hard to find Roy Harper records, but I'm certainly going to try and pick up more from now on. Jazz albums. Well, I'm going to show 2. This is Something Else, Cannonball Adderley, with Miles Davis, Hank Jones, Sam Jones, Art Blakey. Been shown on the VC many times. Copy's a little bit beat up, but great record. And because this is my channel, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to show a second jazz album that I just pulled out of my jazz collection. I didn't even realize that I had it. This is Hank Mobley's High Voltage. Still on the shrink. I don't know if this is probably an 85 release. I was looking this up on Discogs. It's worth a few dollars, no matter which which pressing you have. But I want to show this because I bought this in Academy Records in Manhattan for $9.99. It's worth a couple $100. Not that I care about that. Greatest Hits album. This is Stevie Wonder's original Musiquarium 1. Great compilation. I'm a big Stevie Wonder fan. He had a run of hits like Music for My Mind, Talking Book, Inner Visions, Fulfilling This First Finale, Songs in the Key of Life. I mean, everybody should have those records. This is a great compilation. Throw it on when you have people over. You'll make them happy. Album with at least 8 people in it. Well, how about a band with 10 people in it? It's a Canadian band, Lighthouse, live at Carnegie Hall. Oh, like a greatest hits. Nice gatefold. I don't have too many albums with 8 members in the band. Film soundtrack. Well, I'm going to show George Harrison's Wonderwall. I'm not a soundtrack guy, but I have this for some reason. I have two copies for some reason. I have the German pressing and I have the British pressing. One's still in the shrink. This is the British pressing, still in the shrink. German pressing. I haven't listened to that in years and years. Maybe I'll give it a listen tonight. VCLT. Well, I've only started doing shows, so nobody sent me a record, but I do have a fellow crate digger who gave me this. Bob Ace Weir's album, his first album. It's called Ace. Really great record. 1971, I think. Somewhere around there. Great. A record with no writing on it. Those are kind of hard to come by, so I was kind of scrambling, and I'm going to show this. This is Paul McCartney's first record, his first solo record. No surprise there. Anyways, I'm glad to be able to answer the question, because I thought, do I have to go through hundreds and hundreds of records to find an answer to the question? No, got it. A box set. Well, you know, I don't really buy box sets. I know a lot of people show them and they're so popular. And I don't buy them, not for any particular reason. It's just that the cost is prohibitive. But I have had this box set for a long time. It's the Rolling Stones. Their hits on Decca. Nice cloth box. Still in pretty good shape. I got a little bit of some wear there in the corner. But the reason this is maybe a little bit interesting, or will be a little bit interesting to you, is because it came with a t-shirt, a glittery t-shirt. I'm not going to take it out of the bag because I don't want to lose any of the glitter. So five record set, I think. Pictures of all the band members. Some cheesy little biographical facts about them that are full of crap. But anyway, so it's basically a greatest hits of the Decca years. Nice to have that. I don't pull it out very often because I don't want to lose any of the glitter on the box. Next, 7-inch single. Well, I don't collect singles, so I know that I've got a few. I just happen to pull this one out. This is not an original, but it is a Kinks record on Pi. It's 8-man, backed with Rats. But I also wanted to show this, which is a bootleg EP. It's Bob Dylan's Basics in G minor. And I'm going to do a show in the future about bootlegs, but that's for later. A couple of songs are, the songs on this are Talking John Birch, Paranoid Blues, Mama You've Been on My Mind, backed with It Ain't Me Babe. And the reason that I picked this up, it's got a cover of Help on it. Bob Dylan doing Help, which is a pretty laid back version. Terrible quality, but yeah. All right, colored vinyl. Well, I mean, everybody does colored vinyl. But I'm going to show something that surprised me a little bit. I picked this up in, I think I picked this up in Ocean Beach, California, and it is Count Basie and his orchestra, called Warm Breeze. It's on Pablo Records, and like most of the Pablo records, they come from sessions basically in the Montreux Jazz Festival. And this was released in 1981, and it's a nice red copy, a little bit unusual. And last but not least, an album from 1982. I chose The Clash, Combat Rock. And because it's my show, I might as well show another Clash record. It wasn't 1982, this was 1980. Record that nobody really talks about very much. Sandinista, a triple set. I haven't heard this in a long time, but I'm going to keep it out and I am going to bone up on it. I love The Clash. Anyways, that is all for now. Those are my answers to Rob Walker's questions. That was a lot of fun. If you're still with me and you haven't subscribed, you know how to do that. And if you don't, man, no worries. Anyways, till next time, Jack signing off.